Hey guys, I'm back for another video in my Power of Positive Thinking series. Just real quick, in case you are new to this, I read the book The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and found it very helpful for getting to a state where you're thinking positively and you're expecting positive things in your life. And I've noticed for sure that when I have those positive expectations, that's when I get positive outcomes. And so I'm doing this series where I'm going through some of the specific suggestions from that book. And there's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of specific exercises and suggestions that you can do that will put you into a state of thinking more positively. And so there are so many of them that I couldn't possibly do them all at once. So I'm picking one per week and I'm focusing on that per week. And then I'm sharing it in this live video, both to, provide accountability for me and of course, so you can follow along if you so choose. So without further ado, I will go straight into this week. I'm going to read from the book here. He says, "Now I wish to give you 10 simple suggestions as a concrete technique to use generally in solving your problems. 1. Believe that for every problem, there is a solution. 2. Keep calm. Tension blocks the flow of thought power. Your brain cannot operate efficiently under stress. Go at your problem easy-like. 3. Don't try to force an answer. Keep your mind relaxed so that the solution will open up and become clear. 4. Assemble all the facts impartially, impersonally, and judicially. 5. List these facts on paper. This clarifies your thinking, bringing the various elements into orderly system. You see as well as think. The problem becomes objective, not subjective. 6. Pray about your problem, affirming that God will flash illumination into your mind. 7. Believe in and seek God's guidance on the promise of the 73rd Psalm, "Thou wilt guide me by thy counsel." 8. Trust in the faculty of insight and intuition. 9. Go to church and let your subconscious work on the problem as you attune to the mood of worship. Creative spiritual thinking has amazing power to give right answers. 10. If you follow these steps faithfully, then the answer that develops in your mind or comes to pass is the right answer to your problem. So I really liked this one because it combines a few elements of things that I found to be very powerful in the past. One thing is to calm down, right? When you're under tension, when you're under stress, how often do you have a great idea when you're stressed out or when you're forcing yourself to try to come up with a good idea? Generally never, right? That's been my experience. So calm down and then get into that state of mind where you are allowing your intuition to come to you. Look, this is something that people with the kind of a rationalist worldview cannot possibly begin to explain, that where the idea of anything comes from. Where do good ideas come from? Where do inspirations come from? Why do you wake up one morning and all of a sudden have an answer to your question, right? There's no natural explanation for this. There is a spiritual explanation, and that's what this is getting at, that you put yourself in the right spiritual state. And then it's not just a thing where it just happens randomly, that you just hope for inspiration and it comes up. You're actually putting yourself in the mental state in which that inspiration will come. And what that means is that you calm down, you put yourself in a state, and you ask, right? You ask God, you trust God that he will give you the answer, and then you let the answer come to you, basically. And then if you write it down, even better. I found that when you put your thoughts on paper, the way you think is just so much more clear. And I mean, I got my whiteboard behind me that I had this put specifically for that reason, right? That when I can express something and I can write it down at the same time, people just understand it better. Especially you can draw diagrams and that kind of thing. So there's some power to putting things on paper. So I think that you'll find that very helpful if you try that process. Whenever you have a problem, or this also works really well whenever you need an idea, right? Maybe you're not sure where to go next in your career, or maybe you've decided that, if you're like me and you have a YouTube and you release a new YouTube video every week, Sometimes the ideas are not forthcoming. This process will give you ideas. If you need an idea, or if you think that you want to start a business, for example, and you're not really sure where to start, you're not really sure what to do, this is super helpful, right? You're accessing resources outside of yourself that are available to you at any time. So give that a try. This will be my focus for this week. Whenever I need direction, whenever I need guidance on anything, this is going to be my process. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you next week.